What if the most dangerous man in a city was simply a man who asked too many questions? No army, no political power, no wealth. Yet the ideas of one man shook an entire civilization. This is the story of the philosophy of Socrates, the man who believed that the greatest wisdom begins with a simple admission: I know that I know nothing. But how could a man who claimed to know nothing become one of the most influential thinkers in human history? In the bustling streets of Athens around 2,400 years ago lived a strange man. Unlike other philosophers who wrote books or delivered formal lectures, Socrates did something different. He simply talked to people. He approached politicians, poets, craftsmen, and ordinary citizens. Then he asked them questions. Simple questions at first, but those questions quickly became deeper and deeper and deeper, until something unexpected happened. The people who believed they were wise suddenly realized something shocking. They didn't actually know as much as they thought. And this is where Socrates did something revolutionary. Instead of teaching people what to think, he taught them how to think. This method of questioning would later become known as the Socratic method, a powerful technique where truth is discovered through thoughtful dialogue. Not lectures, not arguments, just questions. Socrates believed something radical for his time. He believed that the greatest enemy of wisdom is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge. In other words, believing you understand something when you actually don't. Through conversations across Athens, Socrates challenged powerful leaders and respected thinkers. And many people didn't like it, because questioning authority is rarely comfortable. But Socrates believed that a life without questioning was meaningless. He once said something that would echo through history: the unexamined life is not worth living. But Socrates' fearless questioning would soon create powerful enemies. And those enemies would decide that this philosopher had become too dangerous to ignore. Eventually, the leaders of Athens brought Socrates to trial. He was accused of two serious crimes: corrupting the youth and disrespecting the traditional gods of the city. In reality, many believed the real problem was simpler. Socrates was encouraging people to think for themselves. The trial became one of the most famous moments in philosophical history. Despite facing death, Socrates refused to abandon his beliefs. He refused to stop asking questions, and he refused to betray the philosophy that had guided his life. In the end, the court sentenced Socrates to death. His punishment was to drink poison hemlock. Friends offered him a chance to escape the city, but Socrates refused. He believed that living by principles meant accepting their consequences. So he calmly drank the poison. And with that act, something remarkable happened. His body died, but his ideas became immortal. Socrates himself wrote nothing. Everything we know about him comes from his students, including the famous philosopher Plato. Through Plato's writings, the ideas of Socrates spread across the world. And centuries later, philosophers, scientists, and educators still use the Socratic method to pursue truth. His influence helped shape Western philosophy and inspired generations of thinkers. Socrates did not claim to have all the answers. Instead, he gave humanity something far more powerful: a method for discovering truth. Because sometimes, the most important answers in life begin with the courage to ask questions. True wisdom does not come from pretending to know everything. It comes from the humility to admit what you do not know. and the courage to keep searching for truth. Because the moment we stop questioning is the moment we stop learning.